Today we're going to be talking about Walt Disney World and all the cool things you can do there, our personal favorites. And that's probably our favorite places to eat, our favorite place to stay, our favorite parks, and we'll talk a little bit about attractions, not too much. We have video series that talk about all that. So to kick things off, we're going to just go right into it. And, well, first, before we start, we just want to take a moment to lend our condolences to all those families in Florida who were affected by the school shooting down in Florida this week. So we just want to take a moment to let them know we're thinking about them. And, yeah, so let's go on to happier things now. So first thing we're going to talk about is our favorite place to stay. This one was easy. We've stayed at a lot of different resorts, and the cabins at Fort Wilderness are by far our favorite place to stay. The amount of space is unrivaled for the price. The fact that you have your own kitchen set, washer dryer, living room, bedroom, everything that you can need for a week vacation you have there. Zoe, what are some of the things you like about the cabins?
So you can fit a lot of people into there. You have one larger bed. You have a bunk bed, and you have a pull-out bed that you can, right, from the wall.
Yeah, from the wall, Murphy bed.
Oh, that's an odd name.
They're called Murphy beds.
And even the area surrounding the cabins is really nice. It's where the Chippendales cookout thing is, so that it makes it easier to go there and spend time.
Hoop-de-hoo reviews there. We've never done it, but
nope.
But everybody.
Can't you get your food groceries delivered to the?
Yeah,
cabins?
you can even get your groceries delivered to the cabins. Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of apps to have that done. You could even take a Uber to a grocery store and go grocery shopping.
That's amazing.
So really, it's a great way to save money if you don't plan on being in the parks to eat a lot. You can get frozen pizzas. I mean, they even have a little grocery store there, but not much. Just the basic stuff. But it's real nice for if you want to make grilled cheese. You want to go back to the hotel for lunch. You can then make everything that you would have at home there. I know you touched on there's Chippendale there. All the pools are great. You can rent bicycles. You can go horseback riding. You could also rent a golf cart and drive a golf cart. I forget how much that was, $50 a day.
Yeah.
But you can use that to get around the resort, because the only downside of this resort is because it's so big, you have shuttle buses that take you around the resort. So that's about the only...
Mosquitoes everywhere.
Yeah, well, they're pretty good at keeping track of the mosquitoes. But yeah, you will encounter mosquitoes. They also have a marina, so you can rent boats. You can get their little tiny speedboat things. The max weight on those is 250 pounds. So if you're a guy my size, you're not riding it, or you're riding it by yourself, and that's weird.
Just in a little kid's park, just vroom vroom.
But you have access to their, you could do their, what's that where the parachute opens behind? Parasailing. They got parasailing. You can rent one of the big old pontoon boats. There's so much there, and then plus you get easy access to Magic Kingdom because it's boat access.
Mm-hmm.
And really, with that easy access to Magic Kingdom, you also get easy access to Epcot because it's just one boat ride to the monorail, and you can take the monorail over there if you don't mind the smell of pee. I still don't understand how that just smells
honestly.
like pee. Disney, update your monorail.
Please.
It's literally falling apart, breaking down, crashing. The doors are opening while moving. Please update the monorail. I know you're doing your Skyway, your gondola system, but please, that monorail's so awesome. Just update it. some of the honorable mentions for us in the hotel categories were the Art of Animation, which I just stayed at not too long ago. We had one of the Finding Nemo family suites. Tons of space in those. You don't get the full kitchen like you do in the cabin, but you get a kitchenette. It's got a pull-down bed, plus its own separate bedroom, 2 bathrooms. That's the only downside of the cabin, is it only has the 1 bathroom. So, I mean, that's probably the only downside to having that versus a suite. But, I mean, we had a family. We took my in-laws, my mom, and both Zoe and her sister Willa.
There was like 6 people there.
Yeah, and you know what? With how many people there were in there, it still was comfortable. It wasn't like you felt like you were bumping into someone. Plus, they got beautiful decks for you to go out and sit out on. But yeah, Art of Animation, really nice. The swimming pool's amazing. Let's see. Pop Century would probably be the other honorable mention. We both really like Pop Century. For the money, it's the best value resort. I mean, I know they have Art of Animation listed as a value resort, but the value rooms, like those cheap, normal hotel rooms, theirs are booked up pretty quickly. So, and their cost of their suites are over $200.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't really consider that too much of a value resort. So the best of the value resorts is definitely Pop Century. Yeah, their food court. I definitely prefer Pop Century. Plus, they're getting that access to this. Both Art of Animation and Pop Century are both getting access to the gondola system. It's going to be right in the middle of the bridge that connects the 2 resorts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those are my favorite for the resorts. The next thing we're going to talk about is Disney Springs. Just had a major update to it. I'm pretty sure they're done. I think they're building more parking garages, which were so needed. When we were staying off resort, going to Universal, we decided to go have dinner. We drove to Disney Springs for dinner. Remember that? And we had to park so far away. We had to walk across a busy highway. It was terrifying, but it seems like all that stuff's... the traffic getting there was terrible. But it seems like a lot of those issues have been resolved. And the new upscale section of Disney Springs is just fantastic. The higher end stores, stores that I could never afford to shop in. But it also led to getting some new food places that were a little higher end too, including the Daily Poutine, which was amazing. We got original poutine there while I was there, and man, I can't remember the name of the little dessert shop we went to, but they had wine slushies for all you adults out there. Wine slushies are amazing, and chocolate covered strawberries we got there were meh, but there was so many dessert. I know you missed out a lot on that one. There were so many great dessert options though. Plus, you got World of Disney, the biggest Disney store. You could spend hours just shopping in there alone. The Lego store.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the big dragon.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that.
Then they got their shares of disappointment, like Rainforest Cafe. Ugh. That was the first restaurant I ate at Disney, and I was blown away. I was like, this is amazing. I love it. And then every time we go, the quality gets worse and worse and worse and worse. And the last time I went, I was just like, I'm done. This is the worst. And T-Rex Cafe, the food's not all that better, but if you got little kids, they love the experience with all the animatronic dinosaurs. Yeah.
With the big, like, the Ice Age thing, too.
Yeah, they got an Ice Age section. Yep. Yeah, I definitely, if I had to go to one of the cafes, I would choose T-Rex Cafe over Rainforest. But your dining options are just amazing. The Boathouse has great food. They just opened a couple new places. The Edison, the Hangar, all those places look really great. But the next thing we're going to talk about is our favorite place to eat at Disney Springs, and that's Raglan Road. feels like you're eating in a higher end dining, but you're not paying the prices. It's not cheap. It's Disney's $3 sign meals, but it definitely doesn't feel like you're paying too much. I know we had, I took my mother there for a dinner, and I think for our 2 dinners it was close to about $100. That included, well, yeah, it's pricey. Our 2 dinners. Yeah. Lucifer decided she wanted to come up and visit us. We do this from our home, right here in our living room, so our animals, you might catch on camera every once in a while. She's staring at me like, why are you... Why'd you kick me off? But yeah, about $100 for 2 dinners. That included entrees, dessert, everything. Appetizers, and a show. If you go on some nights, you get to watch their lovely dancers, or they have musicians playing there, playing real authentic Irish music. The dancers are the best part. That's why I included their picture on the... Watching them do their live dancing is really cool. I think that's all the waitresses. I think all the waitresses do the dancing. So I think, yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head, but...
Then who's waiting on them?
I mean, they stop for a minute. It's not like it's serious.
Oh.
But they also have an Irish store attached. There's a better Irish store at Universal, but if you're on Disney property, this one's really nice. It's got a bunch of the coat of arms. Different families' coat of arms. They also have a little just like bar area for you to go sit and have some drinks, an outdoor section. But it was really good. I had the lamb for dinner. That was really yummy. My mom had the steak. And then their lunch menu is really good too, really affordable. We all ate there before. I got the risotto. You guys got the mac and cheese because you guys ate off the kids' menu at that time. And the mac and cheese was really good.
Oh, it was so good. I want to go back just for mac and cheese, I'm not going to lie.
But, yeah, so definitely recommend Raglan Road. It's a great dining experience. And, I wouldn't recommend Planet Hollywood. I went there once. Me and my wife went for dinner. Terrible. And I wouldn't recommend Rainforest Cafe. Those are the 2 I would say stay away from.
No go.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's tons of little quick food options, too. Like I said, they got poutine. You just walk up and grab. Tons of little places for you to just grab some adult beverages. I love Disney Springs. You can spend half a day just at Disney Springs wandering around checking things. And up next, we're going to talk about my favorite snack that we can get. I know it's odd just to pick a thing for your favorite snack, but I love this so much, and I just thought, while we're talking about eating, we have to include this. If you're in the Magic Kingdom, I highly recommend stopping at the little Cheshire Cafe and getting a Cheshire Cat tail. It's like a pastry. It's got chocolate chips. It's got frosting. If you get them in the morning, they're nice and hot and fresh. It's not something I would eat on a very hot day. It sits in your stomach. It does feel like lead when you're done eating it. So, share it. I would recommend you share it.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, it's really good. Zoe missed out on that too. But I just want to bring that up real quick while we were talking about food. Zoe, what's your favorite snack? Do you remember? Oh, other than Dole Whips.
Dole Whips, Dole Whips, Dole Whips.
Yeah. I should have put an image out for that.
Yeah, but, for real.
Yeah, if you guys have never been to Disney, I'm sure everybody's telling you about Dole Whips. And you probably think, oh, there's no way that these are as good as everybody says they are.
So good.
They really are. They're. I mean, I've looked at buying soft serve ice cream machines
just for Dole Whips,
just so I can make Dole Whips at my own house.
We should.
But even if you're not going to the Magic Kingdom for some reason, if you can travel to the Polynesian and they serve them there. Actually, while we're talking, I just brought the Polynesian. That's another great place to eat if you're looking to save some money. I didn't get an image for that one, but because I wasn't going to talk about it, I forgot about it. We ate at Captain Cook's. It's like their quick service at the hotel. Great place to eat. I'd seen a review on it and decided I wanted to try it. And I got the Thai Swedish meatball. Not Swedish. Thai Swedish?
Swedish
Thai
meatballs.
Coconut meatballs.
There you go.
With rice. They were really good. The meatballs were great right off the bat. The rice felt a little undercooked, but we were able to save what we didn't eat. And the next morning, all that coconut sauce had soaked up into the rice. And, oh, it was amazing. And
So good.
Alicia had the flatbread with a nice flatbread. It came with pineapple and ham. Bleh. But it was great. And like I said, we were able to get a dessert. Polynesian Resort's the next hotel we're staying at. Definitely.
Really?
Yeah, because I love there's so much good food there. They have entertainment there. Yeah, definitely the next place I want to stay.
Excuse me.
Speaking about the next places we're going to stay, we're going to get into what most people would go to Disney World for now. And we're going to talk to you guys about our 2 favorite parks. For me, Hollywood Studios used to be on this list. But since it's only a shell of a park right now, it's not on there anymore. So my new favorite is back to being the Magic Kingdom. I mean, that's Disney World.
It is.
When you think of going to Disney World, you're thinking you're going to the Magic Kingdom. The first time I went was back in 2007, and my knowledge of Disney World was Cinderella's Castle and the giant golf ball looking thing at Epcot, Spaceship Earth. I didn't even realize there was different parks. I thought that was all just one big park, and
Wow.
yeah, and they were all together. So whenever we were looking into it, I was like, oh, Epcot's not the name of that giant ball. It's actually a park.
Oops.
I was very underinformed when I went, which is why I'm trying to help you guys make sure your first trip you know everything you need to know. But, Magic Kingdom has the best attractions. They literally have something for everyone. There's rides for kids, teens, adults, and just family. So what's your favorite stuff at Magic Kingdom to do?
This is like my 12th yawn. Oh my god. Dole Whips, Dole Whips, Dole Whips.
Yeah, the Dole Whips. Right next to Aladdin's Magic Carpets is where those are. We definitely make multiple trips there every time we're in the park. Like, what's your favorite rides to do? And
Pirates of the Caribbean.
You're shaking me. And I'm already shaking.
I'm so excited. Pirates of the Caribbean. Everything in my mind just went, okay.
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion, yeah.
I can't forget that. Splash Mountain.
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain's not a big deal to me.
Space Mountain.
I just don't think it's that great. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it is what it is. And Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. That's your sister's favorite ride.
Dumbo.
Dumbo, classic Disney. Even the shows they have. Was it Disney? Mickey's Filler Magic was great.
Yeah.
Needs updated badly. I mean, that 3D technology is a little outdated, but I'm sure they'll fix that soon. But it's still a great show. Goofy's Barnstormer, the family roller coaster. Yeah, that's always fun. What's your least favorite thing at Magic Kingdom? What do you think is at the Magic Kingdom?
Dole Whips. No.
If you could have one thing removed or taken out, what would it be?
The people know I'm kidding.
Oh,
Wounded.
about just set me over the edge there.
Actually, I don't know. The freaking spitting camels at Aladdin.
The unsuspecting. That's a terrible ride in general, but there's no room to do anything.
Sick roasts.
You know what? Better yet, because it's Dumbo. It's literally Dumbo.
It's Dumbo, but with
flying carpets and worse theming. You're better off just opening that up, flattening that whole ride, and not replacing it. Just make it more of a walkway to get through.
more space to get to Dumbo.
I would get rid of the Tomorrowland Speedway. Why are you getting on these old gasoline cars, driving around on little mower engines in Tomorrowland? That literally makes no sense.
Yeah.
And then when you see the amount of size that the ride takes up, and you're like, you can't think of anything better to do with this land?
Honestly.
Again, if you put a garden with a maze in it, okay, that's better than that ride. And the worst part is it always has a long wait. And I'm like, why are you people? Like,
why though?
It makes no sense. Luckily, they're putting Tron in right next to there. The Tron Light Cycle coaster.
Have you ever seen Tron?
Probably not. But I have many times. The Light Cycle
Speed coaster.
Speed coaster is going to be great when it opens up. And it's going right in there between Space Mountain and Tomorrowland Speedway. I was hoping it would take up Tomorrowland Speedway.
Please.
But heck, even just riding the train around all of Magic Kingdom was really nice. Riding that old locomotive.
Yeah.
Lots of meet and greets. Get a chance to meet Mickey, Tinkerbell.
Aladdin.
Oh. No, Aladdin's at Epcot. Aladdin and Jasmine are at Epcot.
No, they're by the Magic Carpet ride.
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I know they're at Epcot.
You get to meet like all the princesses at.
I can't remember. I know Anna and Elsa used to be there, but they're not there anymore.
Where are they? Are they gone?
I don't know. Merida's there.
Oh, she is? Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
you can meet Peter Pan. Captain Hook's there. Alice. And the White Rabbit.
You can meet Belle now, can't you? With the
they got
book club thing.
And you can meet the story time with Belle, and they have Little Mermaid you can meet. Sure, there's others that you can meet there, but if you want a trip tip,
family.
The best place to meet Mickey Mouse is in the next park we're going to talk about now, and the next park is our second favorite. Used to be my least favorite because you couldn't spend a half day. It was a half-day park, and that was it. It's not the case anymore. You need time there. But that is Disney's Animal Kingdom. This is the best place to meet Mickey because if you get there early in the morning, I just don't think a lot of people realize where he is because he's tucked away in this little building. It's just him and Minnie Mouse. They used to be in Camp Minnie Mickey, and that was very open. You knew where you were going, but that's where Pandora is now. If you want to meet Mickey Mouse, do it at Animal Kingdom because we got in and met Mickey Mouse in 10 minutes when we first got there.
Really?
And all the other... Because everybody's making a beeline right for Pandora and Kilimanjaro. And meanwhile, Mickey's just sitting there in the lone corner and just sad.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
But he's still... It still does get busy at the end of the day, but... yeah, that's just the one great thing about it.
How was Pandora?
I thought it was overrated. I know. But you know what? The problem was I didn't get to ride Flights of Passage. And from what everybody says, that's the best ride in the entire world. But no ride is worth 3 hours for me. I just won't do it. You know, maybe if I was there by myself, nothing else to do, and I hadn't just spent $100 to visit the park for one day, I would sit in 3 hours. But I'm not going to waste 3 hours on any one thing. And we'd got our tickets so late that FastPass, which is literally ruining Disney World. I never thought I'd say that, but this FastPass Plus is just garbage. Disney needs to fix it. It's meant for micromanagers, and it ruins everybody else's trip. Go to the parks, get your FastPass, ride your ride. That's simple. Please, Disney, go back to this. It makes no sense to try to plan an entire vacation 6 months before you go, or 3 months, however long. dining reservations you want to take, even then, that's ridiculous because people change their mind. And then I got to follow up every single day to see if, well, maybe this Fast Pass opened up because someone changed their mind. Or maybe this restaurant has a reservation. Please, just for restaurants, 1 month in advance. Please, I don't care if it's a big one. 1 month in advance. Rides, pick them when you're there. It's just that simple. It's so frustrating that I had to miss a ride. It's very salty. Just like Pandora's crappy food options. Their food was terrible.
Really?
Yeah. I just don't buy into the hype. It was very well themed. But if you've ever seen glow-in-the-dark paint, you've seen Pandora before.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, Navi River Journey was cool. I mean, it was better than doing nothing. But you're riding It's a Small World for just to see one really amazing animatronic. The animatronic's out of this world. It's so realistic that it's ridiculous. But to sit in that long of a line if you don't have a Fast Pass for this ride is just a terrible idea. And there's no sign of that of the crowd, because before this park was always, you might have 40-minute ride waits, half hour.
Yeah.
The big rides all had an hour. This park's ride waits, all of them, were through the roof because of Pandora. This park, to me, even though it's still one of my favorite because of some of the other rides, this park has been ruined because of the crowds. But it's still the second best they have right now. Epcot's a mess. Hollywood Studios is empty right now. I mean, there's literally like 3 rides at Hollywood Studios. And some of those, to call even the rides, are stretching. I mean, well, 3... I mean, you have Star Tours, the Tower of Terror, and Rock and Roller Coaster.
I like Rock and Roller Coaster, but...
And Toy Story Mania is about to close here in the next couple weeks.
For real?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to close for a couple weeks while they're changing the entrance, because you used to go through Pixar Place to get to it, but now with Toy Story Land opening up on June 30th, they're moving the entrance into Toy Story Land. So I think they're closing to move the entrance. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's going to be just they already have it set up to go, but I don't know. I mean, I guess we're going to find out closer to it. But even then, even with Toy Story, that's 4 rides. Got rid of the Great Movie Ride. The Studio Backlot Tour is gone. Lights, Motors, Action's gone. The Honey, I Shrunk the Kids play area is gone. I mean, so you have those rides and Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Yeah, and then, so I mean, it's not worth it. So Animal Kingdom still stays at number 2. Just because it's open and has everything open.
No, there's good stuff at Animal Kingdom.
And that's my favorite dark ride is at Animal Kingdom. That's Dinosaur. I don't care how old you are, that ride still scares me. Like, I know it's an animatronic, Carnotaurus coming at me, but when it does, I'm like, oh god. Kilimanjaro Safaris.
I love the safari. That's my favorite part of.
Yeah, don't make the mistake of booking the safari at night. If you ever been on it during the day, it's a great ride. But now that they're starting to do nighttime stuff, no, actually, a lot of animals are active at night only. And there were some that we only got to see at night, like the baby hippo. We only got to see because it was nighttime. So she was out of the water, laying down with her mom.
Oh, really? Aww.
So yeah, we wouldn't have seen that during the day because she'd have been in the water. So
you just said don't get the nighttime one.
Yeah, but you miss out on so many other animals is what I was about to follow up with.
Okay.
So many other animals, it's too dark, you can't see them. And a hint, when your tour guide says, look at these ostrich eggs, they're not real ostrich eggs. Yeah, they're just props.
Oh my god.
They're made to look like them, and they do a good job, but for years I thought they were actual ostrich eggs. And then every time you drive by, you're like, huh,
wait a minute.
that egg is in the exact same spot. and it's been 3 years now.
That doesn't seem right.
Expedition Everest, probably my favorite roller coaster in all of Disney World.
The little Bug's Life thing.
Oh, it's tough to be a bug.
Yeah.
That's another one that's good, but it just needs an update to the 3D technology. It's so old. There's rumors that we're getting a Bug's Life 2. I've been waiting for a sequel to that movie. I love the Bug's Life. I think it's grossly underrated. It's because Ants came out at the same time.
Yeah.
And everybody hated Ants, so it kind of ruined a Bug's Life for everyone.
Hated ants. Stupid.
But yeah, so Expedition Everest, definitely my favorite ride at Animal Kingdom. What's yours?
Would not Mount Kilimanjaro. Would Kilimanjaro count as a ride?
Yeah, I'd count that as a ride. So that one?
Yeah. Or dinosaur.
I did not like their water ride. What is it? I'm blanking on the name. It was closed when we went there last. Whatever their Raging Rapids ride is, I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And I can't think of the name of it. Then at night, I can't remember the name, but I don't think it's that great of a ride. Their nighttime show gets panned by a lot of people. You missed it, but I thought it was a cool show. It's not Disney centric, which is why I think people dislike it. It's just, you know how Illuminations doesn't have anything Disney in it?
Yeah.
But in our opinion, it's not a good show.
Yeah.
This one is different. They use a lot of water. It's like watching Fantasmic without like the storyline. It's got a lot of the same things where the water screens.
Yeah, I love water screens.
They make animals. It's really cool. I definitely like it. It's worth the watch. I mean, you'll get a seat. You'll be able to sit and watch it. Even when it's busy, you can see it. They show it, I think, twice a day most times. And we didn't even talk about Disney World. Not Disney World.
Disney
yeah, we've been
World.
talking about Disney World all night. Magic Kingdom at night, their nighttime show. Their new one, you didn't see it, but
Feeling so fucked up.
oh, what's the new one called? I can't even think of it. It replaced Wishes. Happily Ever After. I don't like it.
What?
That's simple. Don't like it. It's not as good as Wishes. The castle projection, they rely way too heavy on that to tell the story.
Yeah.
With Wishes, it was the music that told the story.
I loved Wishes.
And it just made you cry every single time. This one was just Disney vomiting their movies on the castle.
Love our movies, please.
And while I do love their movies and the castle, and I loved Wishes, but it needed changed. It needed some sort of update. It wasn't good. Very disappointing. Not something I'd recommend again. I mean, it's better than, again, nothing. But, I mean, that's a low bar.
I'm sure about that.
But yeah, I mean, there's so much other things to talk about, but we're running a little low on time here, so tomorrow, Monday, what is tomorrow? The 19th, right?
Jackson's moving the camera.
My cat's moving the camera.
Jackson, stop! Please. Oh my god.
Hold on. I'll go move him.
Oh my god.
To see, the cat's telling us it's time to end the stream.
It's time. It's time.
So,
Time to pay attention.
tomorrow we're going to upload our top 5, what is it, Universal?
Yeah.
Is that what the video? Yeah, so Zoe will be uploading the top 5 Universal tomorrow. And then Wednesday we'll have our next video. We're not sure what the topic's going to be yet. But there will be another video up on Wednesday. And next week's live stream, we're going to continue. Next Sunday's live stream, we're going to continue the talk about Disney World. We're going to go into our favorite places to eat at the parks. And this week we were supposed to compare Disney to Universal. But truth be told, it's been a little while since we've been to Universal. So comparing the two right now kind of is unfair. We're going back in May. We'll have tons of videos for you while we're at Universal, from Universal. And we'll be doing some live videos there talking about comparing the two while we're there. So there will be a lot of on location. Sadly, we don't get much on location because we live in Pennsylvania. We're pretty far from Universal. So, sorry for the change in camera angles. Jackson apparently decided that he wanted me showed more prominently. So, that's going to be it for today, guys. Please feel free to click that like and subscribe button. I hate being the generic, saying that as a generic thing. But, again, we're just trying to help you guys out planning your trips. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. We'll get back to them. We'll respond to all the comments. If there's anything you guys would like to talk about, we're going to do some videos going through ride histories. Those will be out in the next couple weeks. We're going to start out on those. If you have any suggestions for what rides you'd like us to talk about or the histories of the parks, feel free to comment those below. Share the video. Anybody you know who's going on vacation, please feel free to share it and let them know, hey, these guys know what they're talking about. They're a normal family going down there. We're not rich, so we're not going to tell you all the things you can't afford to do if you don't have the money. So, all right, guys. Again, thanks for joining us, and keep an eye out for the videos tomorrow and Wednesday, and we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Bye.
Have a great night.